Howdy, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I will be explaining the process of meiosis and how it works against three differences it has against mitosis, alright? So what exactly is meiosis? So meiosis pretty much is a process of cell division where it takes down the parent chromosomes and it reduces them by half and it forms them into four gamete cells, alright? So it actually happens in 8 stages, which is prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, prophase 2, metaphase 2, and then anaphase 2 and telophase 2. Those are the 8 stages of meiosis. And in this video, I will be covering all 8 stages for you. So the first stage is prophase 1. So for in prophase 1, you're going to find this thing called chromatin, right? Chromatin is a protein that is found in eukaryotic cells. So chromatin condenses and forms chromosomes. The pair of chromosomes are known as sister chromatids because chromosome is one, chromatid is double. And what happens is they are joined at the center point. And center point is called the centrometer. But basically, what this is you have the chromatin, which condenses, it forms a chromosome. Then it forms chromosomes, a pair of chromosomes, and they're called the sister chromosomes. They're going to be at the center of the little circle. They're going to be at the center of it. All right. In metaphase one, the pairs of the pair of the homologous chromosomes, of the sister chromosomes, move to the equatorial plate. The equatorial plate, kind of like is like the separation, and they're gonna move towards it. In anaphase one, the spindle fibers, which are these things, if you have the cell, and then they're like these fibers, right? And what they do is that they pull the chromatids away from each other. So it's like when you look at it, it's the circle, the chromatids, and then they're like these kind of like spider web type of things that are pulling it away from each other. Those are called the spindle fibers. And what happens is it's pulling the chromatids away towards the opposite poles of the cell. During telophase 1, the chromosomes are put into the nuclei of the cell. So when they enter the nuclei, they begin a process called cytokinesis, which what it does is it pretty much just divides the cytoplasm of the original cell into two daughter cells. So it splits the cell. So these daughter cells are haploid and only have one set of chromosomes, which is half of the number of the original cells. So when they split, it's half of the amount from before. In prophase 2, the chromosomes condense and allow for a new set of spindle fibers to form. Remember, the spindle fibers are the ones that separate the chromosomes. So the chromosomes then begin moving toward the equator of the cell. But keep in mind that the spindle fibers have reformed. In metaphase 2, excuse me, the centrometers of the paired chromatids align along the equatorial plate in both cells, similar to before. Metaphase 1 and metaphase 2 essentially the same thing, except now it's two cells. And in phase 2, the chromosomes are separated again through the spindle fibers that I had mentioned before, pulls them towards each pole of the cell. Telophase 2 is the final stage of meiosis, and what it does is that the separated chromosomes are enclosed in the nuclear membrane. After that, cytokinesis occurs again, which divides the cytoplasm, thus allowing for the cells to divide again, which create four haploid daughter cells. That is pretty much meiosis. But now let's go ahead and talk about what are some differences between mitosis and meiosis. So one difference is that mitosis deals with the division of body cells, whereas meiosis actually deals with the division of sex cells. One other difference is that the division of a cell only happens in mitosis. Only happens once in mitosis, excuse me, but in meiosis it actually occurs twice. Meiosis is just one, and then mitosis it's the one, and then it splits into the four haploid daughter cells. One final difference is that at the end of mitosis it produces two daughter cells, whereas in meiosis it produces four daughter cells because in meiosis it does the splitting twice, whereas in mitosis it only does it once. So that about covers meiosis and the difference and some differences that it has between mitosis and meiosis. I will be back shortly for the second video in the second extra credit mini series, if you want to call it that. So I will be back very shortly. Thank you and take care.